Hi, everybody. This is Humaira from HM Accounting. Today, we're going to be talking about individual tax deductions because let's be honest, it can get so overwhelming, and half the time, you're not even sure what deductions you're allowed to claim. But here's the good news: South Africa's tax system actually allows individuals to claim quite a few deductions. You just need to know what they are and how to back them up. So in this video, I'm going to break down the most common deductions and the most useful tax deductions that South Africans can legally claim. Whether you're working a 9 to 5 or freelancing or earning commission or juggling multiple income streams, this video is for you. So grab a notebook or save this video. Let's dive in. So we are once again going to be using a slideshow to explain this so you guys can make notes from it. And also, I just wanted to, really get into this in detail. I'm very excited about this. So just bear with me as we go through each one of the deductions and as I find the slides. So the first one is our medical aid contributions. If you belong to a registered medical scheme, you automatically qualify for the medical tax credit. Now, this isn't a deduction against your income, it's a straight deduction against the tax that you owe. So for the 2025 tax year, it's 364 Rand per month for the first two members on your plan. Usually it's you and one dependent like your husband or your wife or your first child or your father or your mother. And then the 246 Rand for every additional dependent. Now, on top of that, if you've had out of pocket medical expenses like chronic medication, specialist visits, or disability related care, you may be able to claim extra relief. But this only applies if those expenses exceed a certain percentage of your income. So make sure that all the dependents are listed on your certificate. Keep those medical invoices and track your annual expenses. These small details can add up to a really big tax saving. The second one that we have is our retirement, right? So contributions to your retirement annuity or your pension fund or your provident fund aren't just good for your future, they're actually great for your tax too. You can deduct up to 27.5% of your income, whichever is higher between your taxable income or your remuneration. But there's a hard cap at 350,000 Rand per year. So let's say that you are a freelancer with irregular income. You can still claim this deduction if you're contributing to a registered retirement annuity. And if you contribute more than the allowed limit in 1 year, the extra gets carried forward into the next year. This is a very smart legal way to grow your retirement funding while also reducing your tax bill. The next deduction that we have is our travel allowance and travel claims. So if you receive a travel allowance from your employer or you use your private car for business, you may be able to claim travel deductions. But you must keep a SARS-compliant logbook. And that means you need to record your odometer reading at the start and end of the tax year. You need to log every business trip, where you went, the date, the purpose, and the kilometers traveled. Yes, SARS loves all the details. Now, these are two methods that you can use. The one is the reimbursive method. SARS allows 4.76 Rand per kilometer from the 1st of March 2025. And then actual costs, this requires you to keep all of your fuel, your insurance, your maintenance, and vehicle related invoices. It's very, very important to note that only business travel is deductible. So your daily drive to and from the office does not count. Now we move on to commission earners and we're looking at the Section 11A deductions. So if more than 50% of your income is commission, then SARS treats you almost like a small business. You can claim actual vehicle costs, cell phone, and internet usage that is apportioned for work, client entertainment expenses, professional fees like accounting and legal services, and even a portion of your home office. So, for example, if you use your phone 70% for business and 30% for personal, you can claim 70% of that as an expense. And that's the same with, for example, your Wi Fi bill. But again, make sure that you keep a logbook for travel, use spreadsheets to apportion usage, and save all of your invoices, your bills, and your receipts. This deduction can really add up, but just make sure that your records are very, very clear. The next one we have is our home office expenses. Now, home office expenses became a big deal post pandemic, but SARS has very, very strict rules with this. So, to claim this deduction, your office must be a dedicated room that's used exclusively and regularly for work. It must be where you perform more than 50% of your duties. If you are not a freelancer, then more than 50% of your income needs to be from commission for you to qualify. You can claim a portion of your rent, your electricity, your rates and taxes, your repairs and maintenance, but you will need to calculate the square meter size of your office compared to your whole home. Include a sketch or a layout and document all of those expenses. Do speak to a tax practitioner if you are unsure. It's a very, very good or powerful deduction, but only if done correctly. Then we have donations to public organizations, so PBOs. Now, if you are feeling generous, then SARS actually does encourage donations, but only if they go to a registered public benefit organization or PBO. If the PBO has a Section 18A certificate, you can claim up to 10% of your taxable income as a deduction. Now, make sure you get proper Section 18A receipts. Confirm the PBO is listed on SARS approved database. Don't go over the 10% limit, and any extra does not carry forward. So keep the receipts and include the deduction under the right section in your income tax return. Good record keeping. Here is my golden rule for tax season. If you cannot prove it, you cannot claim it. So make sure that you keep receipts, statements, logbooks, and certificates. Store all of your records for at least 5 years. Enter each deduction under the correct section in your tax return, and speak to a professional for a complex deduction like home offices or travel claims. It is not only about saving tax this year, it's also about being audit proof long term. SARS is extremely strict with audits with claims. So you need to ensure that all of your records are accurate, they are all there, and you can back it up. So there you have it. This is your go-to guide on what you can actually claim as an individual taxpayer in South Africa, or some of the deductions, the most common deductions. Now, at HM Accounting, we help people like you to file smart, legal, and optimized tax returns each and every day. So whether you're salaried or commission earner, or you're running a side hustle, or you collect rental income on the side, there's always ways to do things better. So you can get in touch with us by emailing us at info@hmaccounting.online. You can also visit our website at www.hmaccounting.online. Do follow HM Accounting on Facebook, on LinkedIn, and on YouTube. You can also download our free ebooks and subscribe to our newsletter for many, many more tips. Please do like, subscribe, and share this video with anybody that you think will find this useful and beneficial. I will also be putting all of the links on how to get in touch with us in the description box below. Thank you so, so much for watching. Thank you for your time, and see you in the next one.